Let's see.
Hey, Bo.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jason, the itinerary's blank. Like, what do we got going on this
Oh,
show
we got
tonight?
the NWA Polo Club.
Ooh la la, that's fancy.
Yeah, and the guys from Theo's Fayetteville.
Ooh, that's fancy.
And a harpist.
That's almost too fancy. This is the fanciest show we've had in a while. Am I dressed appropriately?
I don't know.
Where's my monocle? Do I
Find
need to
out.
drink wine?
Find out if we're fancy enough later.
Like the moves that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey! Old man named Otto came and told me, son.
Yes, everybody, welcome in. Later with Jason Suel. So glad that you are tuned in to the show. Did a little choreography with the band there. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
if you
stood
caught it.
up. I didn't know
stood
they
up and
could
sat
stand,
down.
actually. I've never seen them standing.
I hadn't either. I hadn't seen their legs.
It's weird. They have them.
I know. They're wearing shorts. I was surprised they were wearing anything.
No one's ever
honestly.
seen my legs. I don't even have them. These are
true.
just sticks.
It's just old stick legs.
Old sticks. They actually look like uncooked breadsticks. That's what they look like. That's why I always wear pants in the summer.
Just doughy legs.
Yeah, just white. It's just translucent. It's just not good.
Now, thank you, because we want to keep our viewership, all three of you that are tuned in. We appreciate it. So, Bo, I gotta give a shout out, man. Pinpoint, been around for 5 years.
Yeah, man, it's totally wild how
Yeah.
long you do a thing and then forget how long you've done a thing. Just like the show, what, almost 10 years
I know,
of doing
10
this.
years, 10 seasons
Yeah,
of
but
this show.
Pinpoint, yeah, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary just a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah.
and it just is. We're jumping into a new chapter, and it's just now we've been solidified as a part of Fayetteville, and it's a really crazy good feeling
Yeah, it's gotta
to
be.
just have your own little castle.
Yes, it's a great feeling, a really great feeling.
Does that mean I need to do one of these?
Yeah, you need to change shoes and then
yeah.
put your cardigan on after 5 years. But man, that place has really evolved too, and it's become, I feel like, one of the things that everyone looks forward to with the different holidays that are coming up, right?
That
So-
happens a lot. In the summer, everybody asks us, like, what's the next theme? And I
Right.
go, oh, we just don't have the mental
Summer.
bandwidth for that. Yeah, it's hang out. We got a cocktail bar. That's the theme.
Speaking of things that are really happening, this show is really happening. We got a lot of the great things lined up. I cannot wait for our audience to meet the NWA Polo Club. They're going to
Whoa.
join us on this. Did you know we have a polo club?
I knew that we had like polo in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I've been to that event, and I thought that it was just like, haha, we're gonna dress up and pretend it's polo for like one day, but I didn't know it was like a
No, it's an
full-on
actual
club.
thing. They exist all year long, and it's more than just people wearing polo shirts and popping collars. Like, they get on horses. And then down there at our chef's table, I cannot wait to welcome back the gang from Theo's. We've got Matt and Jake down there. What are we gonna do at the chef's table today, guys?
Today we have a new introduction to our next menu. We're gonna have a kimchi tartare, and I believe we have a wine pairing from our bar manager Jake here.
Guys, that sounds absolutely amazing. And Bo, check it out. We've got the Jude brothers on the show. Harpist, she sounds amazing. I cannot wait to hear that music video provided to us from Fayetteville Public Television, part of their Fayette Tunes series. All of that fun is jam-packed into our show, so stick around. It's all happening later. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We've got Robson and Susan here from the NWA Polo Club, and we're going to learn all about polo, which is something I know nothing about, so I'm so glad you're here to educate us. Welcome, both. Thanks for being here. Let's just start with something basic. Tell us about the NWA Polo Club. You're celebrating 10 years. Tell us about some history of the organization.
We are. It's a great milestone. We have a great group of people that helped us, to found the club 10 years ago, and we've grown. We've got about 8 active members, and we do a number of events. We also work with a lot of youth organizations to try to, just give kids that experience of being around horses. and we've got an exciting season planned.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of kids, so Robson and I go way back to when I would say he was a kid.
Definitely.
But I never saw you like this, right? So you're a polo member of the club. You're also a player yourself. Fill me in. How does the game work?
Absolutely. So the easiest comparison to make is probably soccer or hockey. There are generally, when you're playing outdoor polo, there's arena polo and outdoor polo, but when you're playing outdoor polo, there are 4 people on each team, and it's a constant swap between offense and defense with the ultimate goal of scoring goals.
So are the players playing offense and defense at the same time? Is there a distinction between people who are trying to score and people who are defending?
There are loose positions, and it's all about kind of the theory of the game, how your team has decided to approach it, but very fluid. You do have kind of a backfield there aren't goalies, and then you have more of attacking roles, but at any point in time, possession can change. Somebody could take the ball away from you, and then you're right back onto offense or defense,
Right.
respectively.
What position do you play?
So positions generally vary based on who else you're playing with. So
Sure.
polo is a game where you're often playing with different people from time to time. And so if somebody is more senior or more accomplished player or higher skill level than I might be, I might defer them to a 3 or 4 position more in a defensive position so we can rely on them more.
Yeah.
But typically with MWA, I see myself playing kind of a midfield role.
Okay. And there are different polo balls, right? Susan, do you have those? Can we see the difference in those two? What makes these different? Oh, obviously the weight of these does, for one thing, right? But could you fill me in on the difference between these two?
Yes, well, so the ball to your right, the smaller ball that's like the baseball, that is a traditional polo ball.
Okay.
At one time they were wooden, they're now plastic. And then over the past, 5 to 7 years, we've had some advances with the stadium polo ball, which is used for special events or for clubs like ours that have kind of a mixed facility. So we do what we call stadium polo, and it's like arena polo, so it's very close in that the spectators are really right there, like you could literally touch a horse perhaps if they came by in a certain play.
Right.
There's walls to keep the boards, to keep the ball in. And the key difference is that in those smaller spaces, you want a more lightweight ball that it's less dangerous
I see.
to the horse or the player,
Yeah.
rider. And then in outdoor polo, there's just so much more room that we use the smaller ball and it will go farther.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Does the mallet change? I see you have one of those over there as well.
Mallets can change. It's
Yeah.
very much what the player wants.
Okay.
This is a traditional polo mallet. It is made of a special bamboo. They're custom made, generally speaking, for the player's grip. The weight can vary depending on the person. So this is actually my husband's mallet. It's
Yeah.
much heavier than the
Okay.
mallet I would use.
Eee.
Yeah. And you hit the ball on the side of it. It's not like croquet. A
Okay,
lot
so
of
you hit it
people-
here.
Yes.
You don't try to.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, so it's
Yes.
here. The broad side is what you hit the ball with, right?
Correct.
Oh, interesting. And what you're describing to me, I think, when I think of sports that I can grasp more, maybe it's like a golf club or maybe even a baseball bat, right? That has a certain weight to it, and you want that certain length because of the length of your arms or whatever. So that's why these, I'm assuming, are custom made to the player. Is that right?
Correct. And then the only other thing is the horse. So the length of the mallet will vary depending on the size of the horse and also the size, the physicality of the rider.
Sure. Now, with the NWA Polo Club, let's say somebody wants to get involved. What do they need to know going in? Do they need to bring is it BYOH? Do you have to bring your own horse? Like, what do they need to know?
We certainly welcome other people that have played polo, and we have people that visit, and we have those sorts of events. But if you're starting out, even if you have not ridden, we can help you. We provide everything in a safe environment to try it. We even have a wooden horse that everybody loves called Woody that you can test your skills on and get comfortable with.
Have you ridden Woody?
I have. Woody was probably my first mount, right?
Okay.
Great place to start, great place to get the hang of it, especially before getting on to the one that has a mind of its own, right?
Right, yes, that was a mind of its own, sure. You also have some knee pads over there, is that right, Susan? So obviously you guys are both kind of dressed in what you would wear on the horse. I don't see any knee pads on you. Would you put these on when you got ready to ride, when you mounted? Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So polo is definitely a contact sport. A lot of that contact comes from lateral contact with other riders. We
Sure.
call it a bump or a ride-off, but it's a large defensive part of the game where you will, kind of bump into people laterally. Obviously, we take care not to trip people up, and horse safety is always the
Right.
first
Key.
priority. But
Sure.
in doing those defensive maneuvers, your knees are kind of the collision point between riders, so it's important. I mean, that's why those are so thick.
Yeah.
Also, with the ball, especially that outdoor ball that's so kind of dense and heavy, knees are a little bit vulnerable to that in the way they stick out from the side of the
Yeah,
horse.
certainly. I mean, even to your shins, your feet obviously are covered there, and then this is going to absorb a lot of that impact there. What an interesting sport. And I know there's several kind of ways that the Northwest Arkansas community can get involved with you throughout events or coming out to see you play. Fill us in on what you do throughout the year, Susan.
Absolutely. So our season is really June through October. And we practice on Thursday nights, and the public is always welcome. We have a very active Facebook page, Instagram. You can find us there and get the address and all those
Sure.
things. And then we have some key special events throughout the year. So there's charity matches. There's also USPA competition sanctioned events. We're very proud of that. We've been awarded. So lots of ways to engage, and just look for those social media posts and come on out. And there's also Polo in the Ozarks
Yes.
returns this year, which is a very popular historic event that's probably approaching 30 years.
Yeah.
And that'll be later in the fall.
Yeah, wow. What a great kind of lineup you have. And you said the season goes again from June to October.
Yes.
Through October or just up until?
Through October.
Okay.
We're blessed with such great weather here,
Yeah.
and that extends our season, so
Yeah.
we're fortunate.
No doubt. Are you going to be playing in some of those events, Robson?
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
the goal. That's
People can
something
come
to
out and
look
cheer
forward to.
you?
Yeah, a fan club is always welcome, right?
Is there a traditional cheer when you're out there? Is it like just go Robson, go NWA? What do people say? They just clap and drink?
Exactly. I'd say it's a little marginally rowdier than golf, right? People get pretty into it. The spectators seem to really enjoy it, and it is, like I said, so fast-paced and absolutely a contact sport that there's a lot for the spectators to latch onto and get excited about.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for joining me, filling me in, bringing all this fun stuff to play with. And you heard Susan say it. You can find them out there. Very active Facebook page. NWA Polo Club is the place you want to be. Stick around. We do have more fun coming up later.
Celebrating 10 seasons all year long on Later with Jason Suel.
I am practicing silence, so I might hear your voice ring out. I am practicing silence, 'cause you don't want to hear what I am all about. Truth be told, I'm practicing silence, 'cause I'm proud. And I don't want you to know how I've been spinning out. Maybe we had to call it 'cause your heart was always with her. Maybe we had to call it 'cause I made too much of a mess for either to endure. Truth be told, we called it 'cause it just wasn't right. And I wish I had never held on to you so damn tight. And I'm reminded our love was practicing silence, so it was each time that I called my dearest friend. Truth be told, I'm practicing silence to be free. Though I'd still like to know what your life has been like without me. Time passes so fast, and now you're long gone. I lost my thousand rod, but I'm still carrying on. Looking for water. Looking for water. Looking for water.
Yes, we're down here at the chef's table with the gang from Theo's. We've got Jake and Matt joining us. Thanks for being down here. Bo, you got some fancy stuff happening?
We got mise en place today. You know how I love it.
You do.
We got the big guy here going to show us how to. This looks like tartare fixins.
So today we have what's going to be on our new Theo's menu. We have a kimchi, kind of a Korean-inspired tartare. We have kimchi, Kewpie mayo, so very well seasoned.
Kewpie mayo. I had you leave this bottle out because this is not your grandma's mayo. What makes it? Everybody loves Kewpie. Why is it so good?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. So Kewpie mayo just has extra egg yolks, very extra rich, very umami.
It is.
It
is that tangy.
You got a little,
We're gonna give you a little bit of this
here.
here. Don't worry about it, Bo. I got
Thank
you.
you.
All right, not
That
a problem.
tangy zip. It's so much more than Miracle Whip.
Yeah. So
Where do you get this?
right now we're just buying it from Asian Amigos from our town up north in
go.
Springdale. But you can source it pretty much anywhere around
Yeah,
here.
nice.
And it makes a difference.
It does, definitely. So we're gonna get this mixed up. We're gonna have a little sesame on it, a little scallion, a little green onion, egg yolk, some of the more traditional tartare fixins, and we're gonna start mixing this up for you guys.
Yeah,
Mix it
So
up.
do you just throw it all in the bowl, mix it up? Is that what you're gonna do?
Well, you want to make sure you have good cut beef. You want to
Okay.
mix it all up in the bowl so all the flavors get incorporated. Then some of this will be put on top as a little bit of garnish,
Okay.
things like that.
Great.
Okay.
So while you guys get busy with
good.
that, we're gonna turn our attention down here to some alcohol, right? Jake, what do you got for
Well,
us?
that happens to be my specialty.
That's
Yeah.
my love
so
language.
today I've got a Ardensig South African Grenache, 100%. So this is
So
going to
not
be
like
a
chocolate ganache. It's grenache.
Yes.
Okay.
Grenache.
Okay. Is that like a grape? Or
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So that is going to be the grape varietal that is in here, 100%. And it is a limited batch. I believe it says on here 6,251 bottles. So
So it's
very
limited.
limited.
Yes.
You're not gonna find this everywhere.
Popping the good
no,
stuff. to
absolutely
us.
not.
Right.
And
What, what makes this a good summer wine, and what makes this good to pair with something like that?
Yeah, why did you
Yeah.
pick it? I mean,
So-
is it just like grapes, alcoholic grapes?
That's usually the way I go. But no, the really cool thing about this is even in the summer and the hot times and all that, it's going to be really, really light. So you'll be able to pair it with something that is beef, but you can also go with seafood.
Okay.
So you can pair it with just about anything. You can do cream-based sauces, vinaigrettes, salads, all of that, because you're gonna have a beautiful blend of tannins and also acidity. So it's not really gonna overpower anything. So it's gonna be able to like hang out with the beef in here that Matt's whipping up, and also with the egg, everything else going on.
Well, let's pop it.
You know, hanging out with the beef was almost the name of this show.
With the beef. And I was going to be the host.
Yes.
So, Matt, question for you. Like,
Yes.
beef tartare, tell people about it because they're like, oh, raw beef. This is the FDA approved. And then you put a raw egg on top. Like,
Right.
we know it's delicious. But explain, like, why.
So it's your mouth always wants to have different kinds of mouth feels, not just flavors as well. You want to have a mixture of textures. And raw beef, where a lot of people get hung up as they think about FDA approved and all that stuff. So tartare is FDA approved. So most things that can hurt you with beef are on the outside. So with this, we take it from the inner cut tenderloin and we make sure that everything only comes from the inner side.
Yeah.
So make sure it's all perfectly well preserved and ready for you and everything. Egg yolk is the same thing. Salmonella is very uncommon, and when it is common, it's found in the egg white. The yolks are
Actually,
just one.
there hasn't been a recorded case of egg-borne salmonella since like the early 90s because
Yeah.
they changed the way they produce eggs, but people are still afraid of it.
Chicken's the
you know,
real
in,
problem
in the
here.
cocktail world, I know this is near and dear to me because some of the best cocktails have egg whites in it, and people are like, "Oh my God, an egg!" And you go, "This is just the most delicious thing you're gonna have. Just chill out." So
And
yeah.
so frothy in a cocktail.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
with you. I do enjoy it myself.
But yeah, you don't want to like go to McDonald's and get raw beef.
Right.
But when you come to a place like Theo's,
We hope you trust us. We trust us.
Yes. Theo's Fayetteville is the place to be. All right, so you're pouring up this wine. You guys are finishing the dish down there. I think we should have a chance to try this all as we close out the show in just a minute. Is that right?
yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
I just, give me some wine
Yeah,
now.
you have some wine.
Jake,
Let's do it. Let's
let me
get
the
ready.
notes.
Cheers, everybody.
get the
Cheers,
notes.
cheers, cheers,
Cheers.
cheers. Stick around. We're going to try this raw beef later. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's our show. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. And before we get out of this very fancy episode, we got to thank all of our guests, including the NWA Polo Club.
Oh, and of course, Matt and Jake from Theo's bringing us these exquisite delights.
Yes.
Pinky's out.
Pinky's out, everyone. And how about that music video from Jude Brothers? That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Man,
let's
eat this.
tartare.